What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Guys, what happened yesterday? Every time I take a day off, the market seems to take a crash. If you guys remember, just before St. Patrick's Day, I had to go down to the city. I had to go see some friends. I didn't make a video. Came back home. Markets took a crazy crash. Yesterday, I wasn't around. I couldn't make a video. Markets take a crazy crash. So I've decided that I will lock myself inside of my house in front of my green screen with my computer, and I'm not going anywhere until this market turns around, guys, because I'm convinced that every time I leave this computer, the market crashes. So I will not be leaving this anytime soon. I don't know, guys. It's just a really strange coincidence, but it does feel really good to be back. Although, I will say that the dip can't get any worse. That's the dip's reply. So yeah. This right here, guys, I think if anyone's been in the market these past couple months, it feels a lot like this poor, unfortunate fellow right now. We're just kind of gliding along, everything's going fine, and boom, it just gets worse. I can actually watch this thing all day. Just watch it one more time. He's just like, boom. Okay, enough of that. That's gotta hurt. But guys, looking at the markets, in all sincerity, I mean, this is crazy. We have taken a massive, massive dump recently. Bitcoin was like 6,600 earlier. The charts have dropped over $50 billion in a little over a day and a half. Guys, this is crazy. But if we take a look at this is the other thing too. I just still wanted to point out for a lot of people that are wondering why the alts are still taking that beating. If you do notice, we are losing our market cap, but Bitcoin dominance is still going up. As you can see right here, this is from February up until now. So it's been a very steady increase up. So the fact that people are putting their money into Bitcoin while also taking their money out of the market, I think that's really essentially what's making it so bad for these altcoins right now. Here's a really interesting thing that I just got brought to my attention. So here is the market cap of Bitcoin over the past year and a half. Now check this out. This is the Google search trends. Look at this. Okay? And this is the typical market cycle. This is a diagram you can pretty much find anywhere online. Is this not kind of weird to you guys? Look at that. Like you can almost fit them right into each other. And here's the weirder part too. All right? So this was taken from the big Bitcoin run back in 2013. Now, of course, it's been adjusted for the market cap. Obviously, it was a lot lower back then. But look at these charts. Is that not eerily similar, guys? Very, very eerily similar. So then that does beg the question, if we're going to follow in the same footsteps as before, does that mean that this is going down to here? I don't know. I've heard a lot of TAs saying that we may be seeing a $6,000 Bitcoin, so I'm not creating any type of FUD. I'm just being realistic with you guys. So just know that there are those options moving forward. It is risky. Obviously, I can't suggest anything, but you do know your options. You can tether, you can hodl, you can sell. I think that's about it. I can't think of any other options. So there is a chance that we might go lower, guys. So just prepare for whatever you need to do if that does happen. But once we hit that return to the norm, I have a strong hunch that we're going to go for a major, major bull run. So be aware of that. Be very, very aware of that, guys. Also, a little bit of conspiracy. Crypto J from the Telegram group sent me this. He's like, coincidence or not, Bitcoin hit an all-time low yesterday of 666,666. Probably just complete coincidence, guys. But let's get into the news, okay? Enough about these horrible markets. Yeah, they suck right now, man. There's nobody happy about this right now. But I wanted to talk about Bitfinex. So they're officially releasing markets for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Neo, EOS, and IOTA together with full support for GBP and GPY. So that's really awesome coming out of Bitfinex. Now, moving on to some coin news, I wanted to talk about NULS. They're having their mainnet public test, which will be coming out tomorrow. So that's really awesome. I know a lot of people have been excited about NULS. I know Nicholas Merton, he had it on his top coin list several times. So, I haven't done, I did cover NULS actually a few months back. I didn't do a full-scale coverage on it. I did a small segment on it. So that is really good for anyone that's holding that. That's really great news. Also, coming out of Enigma, so check this out. They decided that they were going to launch the mainnet of the Enigma data marketplace now. So if you guys remember, they were talking about Catalyst and, that may be some competition for things like Signals, who are taking their time to, potentially get that out. So if Enigma can actually do what they say and get that out right now, I think that could be really, really awesome. I'm interested in seeing these data marketplaces work. There's been so many of them up and coming lately, You've heard about co-vesting and you kind of like copy trade. Then you have AlphaCat, where they're using their AI to kind of trade and stuff like that. So I'm really interested in seeing how this works. I've always been slightly skeptical about these types of, data marketplace type things. I mean, as far as if you're going to put, connecting things to APIs, but if it's just like a buy and sell type thing or sort of a copy platform, then that's a possibility. So guys, great news for, Enigma, secret contracts plus data marketplace, Catalyst, big things moving forward, guys. So one of the big stories I wanted to talk about today, because you guys know, Ontology's up, whatever, but I've been talking about Ontology for months on my channel. You could check the first time I ever covered it was, I don't even remember, guys. It was like over a month and a half ago. So yeah, they officially are announcing their first projects going live and their GitHub is finally available. So I wanted to take the time to highlight some of the key aspects of this Medium post that they had in their first letter open to the Ontology community. So some of the key things I wanted to discuss was Ontology Distributed Identity Framework, or Ontology DID, or DID, however you want to call it. So ONT ID establishes a cryptography-based digital identity for each entity, allowing data authorization and authority autonomy. It makes identity and data assets that users can truly control. Then you have ONTO. So ONTO is going to map digital identities to real-world identities. ONTO can manage digital assets securely and reliably and apply them to various scenarios. At the same time, ONTO establishes a reliable and controllable data transaction system for users through authorization systems and encrypted algorithms. In the future, ONTO-based digital identity and digital assets will further support various social situations and collaboration needs. This is really awesome news coming out of Ontology, guys. This is, even for me, I'm really happy to see this. Then they have, Ontology Java SDK, all different types of things. Then I wanted to also go into Ontology DDXF, which is the Decentralized Data Exchange Framework, which is going to support peer-to-peer trust in a decentralized model with blockchain and smart contract technology, as to be expected. Upper-level applications can easily implement scenarios such as copyright control. Spoke about that the other day on the channel. Really, really important for content creators. And contractual data sharing. Ontology application developers can develop applications based on DDXF that meet the needs of various subdivided scenarios and their own decentralization data transaction applications. They're also going to have an Ontology Oracle, okay, which is something that's going to be really necessary for connecting smart contracts to the world. You have Ontology OEPS, all right? And then let's go on to the consensus. Let's talk about that. So Ontology will be based on the Byzantine fault tolerance consensus model. In that framework of the first phase, a stable version of delegated Byzantine fault tolerance module is included. We can just call it DBFT for short. And there is a new consensus algorithm model. So they are actually going to be introducing VBFT, which is a new consensus algorithm model that combines proof of stake, verifiable random function, or VRF, and Byzantine fault tolerance. So the testnet will be tested primarily with VBFT. VBFT can support the scale expansion of consensus groups and guarantee the randomness and fairness of consensus partitioner selection with VRF. And at the same time, Byzantine fault tolerance can achieve state finality more quickly. Ontology will be the first project to integrate VRF into a public chain. Obviously, they're going to have their smart contracts. They're going to utilize Neo Virtual Machine. Ontology implements a version of the Neo Virtual Machine written completely in the Go language, or Golang, if you want to call it that. Smart contract developers can support multiple languages such as C#, Java, Python, JavaScript, and it's going to bring in a new smart contract development. So in the future, the Ontology team will continue to collaborate with the Neo team to jointly promote the development of Neo Virtual Machine and technical ecosystem development. Then you also have the node, discussing the high performance, so high performance blockchain, not the other high performance blockchain, just in general. Ontology's Byzantine fault tolerance series of consensus algorithms have achieved high performance of thousands of transactions per second without concurrent commission or sharding. So no sharding, no multi-signing, and they're already doing thousands of transactions per second. That is really awesome to hear. Also, they're looking heavily, obviously, clearly into scalability. They say, we have chosen to give priority to the development of subchains, sidechains, and storage sharding. So that's for storage, okay? Storage sharding. Ontology will also adopt a pragmatic attitude in the development of sharding and gradually test a variety of comparative solutions in the test net. At the same time, the Ontology team will also actively conduct design and research followed up with periodic trials. Guys, this is a massive, massive update. So then we move on to cross-chain. It's also difficult for cross-chain services to solve all application scenarios through a single protocol. Based on this understanding, we have already made several preliminary hierarchical divisions across chains. So they have business layer cross-chain, okay? Then they have the asset transaction layer cross-chain, which is the part of Ontology that's going to implement the cross-chain asset exchange and transaction collaboration protocol that does not depend on third parties. This is also NeoX's core protocol. And then finally, the consensus layer cross-chain. There is a need for cross-chain for consensus mechanisms for mutual understanding of consensus processes and integration of consensus processes. Yeah. I don't know why they said that twice. So anyway, stable value measurement system. Ontology has already started exploring stable value cost measures based on its own dual token mechanism. So yeah, we're going to see how this is playing out, but we also do know that Ontology is going to pay you in Ontology gas. So you got Neo gas, you have Ontology and Ontology gas, all right? Then you have platform, governance, technology, solution, trust collaboration platform. In addition to trust-based and technology, it's necessary to further integrate legal systems, communities, etc., from the real world to make a more comprehensive trust so that blockchain can be better integrated into business processes. Ontology refers to this layer of the platform as distributed trust collaboration platform. Ontology will first introduce two common modules, the Distributed Identity Management Framework, which is the ONT ID, and the Ontology Distributed Data Exchange Protocol, which is the ONT DDXF. So ONT ID is the decentralized identity protocol that supports collaborative services such as distributed and multi-factor confirmation, identification, and certification for people, organizations, objects, and content. ONT ID itself does not contact entity data, but it is a connector, okay? Excuse me, it doesn't collect it. It's a connector for authentication and data information. So they're not actually going to be collecting or storing or being able to access it. They're just going to simply be able to authenticate it, which is what I said earlier, where you are going to be able to store private information, but it's up to you whether or not you want other people to see it, obviously. And then there's also the Distributed Data Exchange Protocol, which we spoke about. And then also one final note I wanted to make was, in addition, Ontology TSC will be launched in the next phase. It can quickly retrieve the human, financial, material, business, and numerous services in Ontology in one portal, as well as provide fast and automatic verification of search results and related services. Whew. Wow. Now, if Ontology is not keeping you in the loop right now, if they're not keeping you out of the dark, I don't know who is. I mean, that is one heck of an update, guys. So that is amazing. That is one way to get the code open source and drop that knowledge. So that is awesome, guys. Ontology, you know I'm big on Ontology. I love the way they're going to be working with Neo. I'm extremely excited for the future of both of these projects. And yeah, moving forward, guys, I'm super excited. Also, kind of on the same topic of Neo, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that the Switcheo exchange mainnet is launching extremely soon, as in tomorrow, which is crazy because, you know, Nex is still doing they haven't even done their ICO. They're doing their lottery and stuff still. And Switcheo is already coming out with a project. So guys, can't sleep around here. You can't sleep. Somebody else is going to, scoop up the prize. So check it out, guys, Switcheo. Oh, the thing I wanted to tell you about Switcheo too, coming down here was I wanted to show you some of the tokens that they're going to have. So obviously they're going to have mostly, they're only going to have NEP5 tokens for right now, but they are going to have Red Pulse, the Key, Bridge Protocol, Trinity, Deep Brain Chain, obviously Gas. They're going to have their own Switcheo pair. And they also wanted to let you guys know that to celebrate the launch of the mainnet, taker fees are going to be reduced to 0.1% on all pairs. And if you use Switcheo tokens, kind of like Binance tokens as fees, the taker fees will then be discounted to 0.01%. That is low, guys. Even Binance doesn't offer fees that low. They offer a 0.5% reduction, for the fees are half, but this is just crazy low, guys. So that promotion is going to start when they launch tomorrow, and that's going to run until April 14th. And then also, here's the really cool thing. Their future plans are going to be to include launching on Qtum and Ethereum. So in Q2, you're going to look at QRC20 trading. In Q3, you're going to be looking at ERC20 trading. Q4, cross-swap features using Switcheo and WAN chain. Oh, WAN chain, guys. And then in 2019, they're going to do the launch of the trading for the top 5 chains. So that's a lot of big news coming out of Switcheo, coming out of Neo. Also, Request Network. Now, I know there's some people out there that are into Request Network. I know you guys like the Request Network. So the Request Network beta mainnet is actually live. So the first version of the protocol is going to allow you to connect to your wallet with MetaMask or a Ledger hardware wallet. Yes. I love when they have those Ledger integrations. I really just prefer using a hardware wallet. You're going to be able to create, send, and pay requests in ERC20 payment integration will be soon available. You can pay the same request multiple times, update a broadcasted request, and check all outstanding and incoming requests associated with your ETH. So, guys, that's really awesome coming out of this camp over here. They go on to tell you about what you can expect. And then also I wanted to talk about the burning mechanism. So the burning mechanism is live. The Request Network burning mechanism, okay, they are essentially operational on the Ethereum blockchain, and every creation of a request now requires a miner fee. This fee will be burned to incentivize and accelerate ecosystem growth. You can come down here. It's not a very fancy diagram. It basically just shows the request and the burning. Pretty simple, right? So that's what they're doing. There's a whole bunch down here. You guys could check this out. And then it comes down to ERC20 management. The smart contract for ERC20 token integration is completed and available on the testnet after the release. The smart contract will allow you to make and pay requests in any ERC20 token. Also, here's the big news too. The request token has been successfully launched on Huobi Korea today. There you guys go. So, what's going on in the world of partnerships now? We also have, there's so much to talk about, guys. I know. I feel like when I one day away from crypto, look at all this stuff you miss, right? So we have Ethlend and Kyber Network announcing a strategic partnership. So thanks to the Kyber Network, Ethlend users will have more ease using the zero-fee lending version of Ethlend, thus giving more utility and usage to the Lend token. Indeed, allowing to have a Lend pair for all ERC is going to create a frictionless experience with 0 fees. This collaboration is also a great addition for lenders, as it will allow for instant liquidation of asset in case of defaulted loan or collateral calling without leaving the Ethlend dApp, as Kyber Decentralized Exchange will run in the backend. So the founder of Kyber had this to say: Ethlend provides an exciting financial use case for blockchain technology. Our partnership embodies our vision to become a solution to empower business. With Kyber on the platform, the lender can finance a loan in one token type, while the borrower receive the loan in another. This interaction could bring about greater innovation that could spur the development of the entire blockchain sector. To which the founder of Ethlend replied, Kyber provides the decentralized technology to cover lend to Ethereum or ERC20 tokens. With Kyber, Ethlend becomes an even stronger participant in the crypto lending market. This strategic partnership is an opportunity for both of us to show how decentralized project interoperability is creating the future of financial applications. So that's what's going on with that partnership coming out with Ethlend and Kyber Network. Also, I'm not going to go into this one. This is a very long article, but I wanted to talk about Icon. A lot of people think like Icon's not out there doing stuff, or they're not really in the news. Icon is a very quiet company, guys. They don't like doing a lot of hype. They don't like doing announcements of announcements of announcements. And that is one of the reasons why I love Icon so much. I love that Icon is focused on the technology. They're focused on the partnerships. They're focused on the interoperability. They're focused on connecting public and private blockchains. That's why I like Icon so much. But for those of you that don't realize some of the achievements that they've had in just this first quarter alone, this article kind of sums it up. So they had their partnership with Kyber Network. They launched their mainnet. They had their annual summit on the 31st, okay? Then if you come down here, they have the the partnership between the Loop and Smilegate, which if you guys don't know what the Loop is, you should watch some of my videos. So then you have them with these guys over here, Cyberdyne, okay? Then they have the IconX wallet that came out. Then they went on their Well, actually, no, just finished the Asia Pacific tour. So they were in Sydney, Hong Kong, Singapore, Shanghai, and Tokyo. That just recently ended. And they were there with their DApp teams, Tink, Blue Whale, and Sentinel Protocol to expand their global community. Then you had their listing on BitHum and Upbit, all right? And then you also had this right here, which is the I cannot pronounce that bank, to explore blockchain and fintech projects. The two companies are working together on promoting financial API and blockchain utilization through technical research projects, open seminars, and hackathons. So that is what's going on with Icon. There's been a lot that's gone on. So for people that say that Icon's not doing things, they've done a lot. They're just not really that big on talking about it, guys. You know, they're just really focused on the tech. You gotta give it to them. So in some of the other news, look at this, guys. Something else is banning something related to crypto. Am I not surprised? So MailChimp, if you guys don't know, there's, you have GetResponse, Aweber. These are all, I forget what the term is, but they send out the emails automatically. Email autoresponders, that's what they're called. So they are basically shutting down accounts related to crypto prices. Now, if you come down here, there's a few tweets. Andreas Antonopoulos says, this is the second instance I hear of MailChimp shutting down accounts related to cryptocurrencies. Not one advertising, ICO, or even exchanges, just news, books, events, announcements. People are frustrated. This guy says centralized POWR is exactly why we need blockchains. They're closing the cryptocurrency job accounts as well. So yeah, we're just seeing more sandboxing where they're kind of just pushing crypto, forgetting it's whatever. I don't know. Don't even want to talk about it anymore. So here's some funny thing coming out of Korea. So the mayor of Seoul, Wonsan Park, is proposing to make a crypto called S-Coin. He hopes to utilize the blockchain for all administrative processes in the country, similar to what Estonia, public transportation system, utility payments, even public welfare points. And then on the other flip side, you have China saying that they also want to develop their own centralized crypto. So the People's Bank of China is continuing to apply strict measures on virtual currencies as part of its strategy for protecting and strengthening the yuan. So one objective is to strictly strengthen internal management and external supervision, attach great importance to and effectively strengthen the quality control of RMB, and carry out rectification of various types of virtual currencies. Now, while no specific policies against crypto, digital, or virtual currencies were offered in the statement, the position taken by FAN and the PBOC is indicative of the currently strict policy of the Chinese government on decentralized forms of payment. So, we've seen China has taken a series of steps against digital currency trading, adding both foreign and domestic digital asset trading platforms to its Great Firewall, banning ICOs and cryptocurrency-related websites, as well as freezing numerous accounts of cryptocurrency exchanges. As a result of these hardline policies, traders have fled to other markets with softer regulation towards cryptocurrencies, which is why we're seeing Binance move to Malta, or we're seeing these other guys move to Singapore or Hong Kong or Japan, as long as they, work things out with them. Obviously, Binance had an issue with Japan, but that's all that's going to happen. The more that they keep pushing these projects out, the more they're just going to keep moving to other more crypto-friendly jurisdictions. And the ones that are really, essentially doing what China's doing are going to get left behind in the dust. I'm sorry, guys, but this is not a war that you're going to win. You ban Facebook, you ban Google, but there's almost like a joke. I heard this. So somebody said, anytime China bans something, get invested in it. Think about it. China bans Bitcoin. Or China bans YouTube. China bans Facebook. Those would all really be great things to have invested in early on, wouldn't they have, right? Or have to be gotten involved in early. So anything China bans is your pretty much go-to. You should get involved because I don't know what China's doing over there. And in final news, NVIDIA's CEO says blockchain will stay for a long time thanks to low-friction cryptocurrency. So he spoke on CNBC the other day on the Mad Money segment, and he said that he believes that, cryptocurrency is here to stay. He said the reason why cryptocurrency became such a popular thing on top of our GPUs is that our GPUs is the world's largest installed base of distributed supercomputing. He also said that blockchain requires cryptography and the ability to have a public ledger that is completely immutable, perfectly safe, distributed all over the world. Our processor serves as the perfect processor to enable this supercomputing capability to be distributed, and that's the reason why it's used. And also, if you check over here, you can see, here's a little bit of the interview.
And blockchain requires cryptography and the ability to have a public ledger that is completely immutable, perfectly safe, distributed all over the world. And so our processor serves as the perfect...
Yeah, so that's literally what I just said. Probably should have just played the video. But so that's great because finally we're talking about cryptocurrencies and blockchain back on the media again. I think that we have to get back in the media in a positive light after that whole John Oliver crap. So people got to start realizing the potentials of it, the use cases of it, how it could actually better society, what blockchain can actually bring to the table, how we could potentially unbank the banked, okay? Or bank the unbanked, depending on how you want to look at it. So those are the things that we really need moving forward. We need more positive light in the space. And guys, that is my video for today. It felt really good to be back. I feel like I'm a little rusty almost, like one day out, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? There's so much, but I'm back. I'm really glad. So guys, this has been really great, and I hope that everyone's having a great week so far. I know that the markets are not looking too well right now. There is the potential chance that we could go lower. I'm not going to lie and say there's not that chance. A lot of people are calling a double bottom potentially right there at the 6,000 mark. Like I said, we have our options. You can tether, you can hold, you can sell. It's really your call because these markets are completely unpredictable. But on top of that, there are many, many people who are much more intelligent than I, who are definitely claiming that there is going to be a massive, massive bull run after this really bad dip that we're seeing. So I'm excited, guys. I'm not going anywhere. So I'll be here. Hopefully you'll be here. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks again for coming back to my channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You're the reason that I get up and I do this every single day, except for yesterday, and that's why the market's crashed. So my fault, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to make 2 videos today to make up. Maybe the market will go back up. I don't know. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and peace out.